somebody asked me if the AI bubble was popping, if we're living through it right now, if it's actually happening. I mean, if you look at some of these companies, Rigetti, for example, is a quantum computing stock that is down almost 50% in just 1 month. Now, I don't know if we're going to see necessarily a burst of the bubble, but I do think we're going to see deflating of the bubble. And here's why. And I'm gonna tie in another company to this in my little rant here about AI that isn't really an AI company at all. It's fast casual restaurant, but it's the same sort of idea. So, wait, here it is. In 2008, Chipotle, CMG, Chipotle was $38 a share. That was in 2008. It ends up getting to over $3,000 per share. A couple of years ago, they did this massive stock split. Now it's whatever it is. But at one point, it went straight from $38 to $3,000 per share. And about 2 years ago, Cava went public. Cava is a Mediterranean fast casual restaurant, so similar kind of style. And every retail investor, the media, social media, everyone went crazy, immediately labeling Cava as the next Chipotle. And what happened? Cava stock got extremely overvalued. Now, on the one hand, Cava's been around since 2011, but as a publicly traded company, they're a baby. They're still relatively new. And that means they're unproven in this new world of Wall Street with expansion and how many same-store sales and how fast can you build and grow and revenue and profit. And what ended up happening? People on social media, people in the media, people, the big money, the hedge funds. It was a lot of FOMO, a lot of hype, a lot of hysteria. Oh my God, this is it. This is the next Chipotle. And what ended up happening wasn't anything that Cava did. It was everything outside of Cava. The hype, the hysteria. This is it. This is the next Chipotle. And what ended up happening? Cava went from like 30 or 40 bucks all the way to $172. And now where is it? 48 bucks. So it went up and right back down. And it's nothing, again, like I said, nothing really to do with Cava. It's all the outside hype around it that drove it to, this is the word, an extreme overvaluation. Similarly, we're seeing the same thing where people are looking at NVIDIA's meteoric rise and they're going, oh my God, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, data centers, AI, this is the next NVIDIA. This is the chance for us who missed out on the big NVIDIA rally over the last decade and a half or 2 decades. This is our chance to get into the next big thing early. What happened? A lot of these small companies that have no real revenue to speak of, they're new, they're highly speculative, they're unproven. And look, in a decade we might say, hey, some of these made it, but some of them probably won't. And what ended up happening? Hype, FOMO, euphoria, everyone started getting excited, and these companies got extremely overvalued. Now, if you look at Cava, if Cava in the last year and a half or 2 years went from 38 to say 50 bucks, that would be normal. And you would say, well, that makes sense. They're a new company, they're unproven, they're growing. And this is a normal growth for a new company. What's not normal is to go from 38 to 172 and back down to 48. And the same thing is happening with these tech stocks. So what we're seeing, a lot of people are saying, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble. And yeah, maybe a lot of these companies are gimmicks. They're new, they're unproven, they have nothing. Now maybe they're just buying time until stuff works and maybe they'll go, we made it, and turn nothing into something. A lot of these companies probably won't make it. You're sitting there watching this video going, which ones? I don't know, nobody knows. If I knew which one was gonna make it, don't you think I'd be investing in it as much as I could afford? I don't. I'm still investing in some of these companies, but they're speculative. This is a big thing we talk about here, risk management, only putting in what you're willing to lose. The high quality investments, they're as big as I want them to be, as much as I can afford. I keep buying these good quality names. But the speculative shit, nah. I put in what I'm willing to lose, and my rule of thumb is I'll start small, what I'm willing to lose, and in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, if that company starts growing, then I buy into the strength. I want to buy into the confidence, not the speculation. This isn't my strategy. I hope this is the one I picked. Of all of the 15 different companies, I picked this one. So I'm diversifying my speculative investments, a little here, a little there, and we'll see what happens. You know, in 5 years, 10 years, maybe one of them will make it. Maybe of the 3 or 5 that I own, 4 will be gone. Maybe one makes it. Maybe none of them make it. I don't care because it's speculative to me and I'm only putting in what I'm willing to lose. But I think like Kava, we saw the upstarts coming in, the extreme hype getting promoted here on social media, on the media, the FOMO, everyone got really greedy, everyone got really excited, they got overvaluated, and now they're just coming back down to normal valuations. That's all I think is happening. Now maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, time will tell.